Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. It's Gort.
You had to interrupt because we are going live on Friday. So make sure to come and join us because it'll be pretty cool. We'll be tasting an MRE. So yeah. Camera.
What a thief, eh? Hey, y'all. It's Gord and Son. And it is Thursday morning. We are on the way to walk him to school. And like he said, mostly just a reminder, hey, we're going live soon and we're going to test that Russian MRE. Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous, but I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
I've never had an MRE. Or if I have, I don't remember.
No, you never have because I never have either. And what a pretty sky today. Look around here, fresh skiff of snow. It's actually quite pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's make the most of today. I'll be back shortly. Why don't we turn it over to the hippie yesterday? He made a montage and you guys can listen to some music while I walk this good-looking guy to school. Peace.
Right.
Peace and cheers.
Love and harmony.
That was an interesting start to the morning, my friends. My young boy was here. That was about 7:30. We were heading to school, dropping him off. He told you that, so I'm just repeating stuff. Now, what are we here about? We're here about that. Fog creeps in when you least expect it. That montage was a beautiful morning walk. It was 11 in the morning and took till about 12:30. It was a beautiful walk and a day full of just wonder. It was absolutely gorgeous outside. Not super warm, but just beautiful. And now today, -2 feels like -7. It's going only to 3 today. And this weekend's going to be really cold and then bang right back up again in the warm weather. But what was I talking about yesterday? See, I've still got a little remnant of that fog. Yesterday afternoon, I finished recording the montage. Then I came home and tried to have a nap. And a headache started coming on, a migraine. And it was getting stronger and stronger. And the nap didn't work, and then I heard my son coming home. And from about the time I got out of bed, the fog was thicker than I'd ever seen it. And I was very cognizant of it. I even made myself a few recordings to make sure I remembered to talk about it because I wasn't in a good place. I felt super depressed and sad. Yeah. Deciding to shovel while I do my video. Wow, eh? Hide the zip. There we go. But it hit hard. It hit really hard. And I do wonder if it's because yesterday was the first day in probably 2 weeks that I did not medicate until later around the dinner hour. And it was shortly after dinner, more around 7 o'clock at night, that it went away. The fog just, it's always a little bit there. There's a few remnants of it right now, but it mostly went away and the depression went away. I was sitting yesterday and it was like, Dave, fuck the hell off because you're making no sense. I'm sitting at my computer. I'm putting together this beautiful montage of wonderful music and gorgeous scenery from a new phone, and sitting beside me is my wonderful young man making jokes and getting excited about the MRE tasting coming up and his first ever experience being live on YouTube. I had no reason for it, but that's why we name our anxiety a person's name so that we can tell them to go away, because it doesn't make sense, and if it doesn't make sense, it ain't true. My dad has said that an awful lot. If it doesn't make sense, it just isn't true, and just because it makes sense doesn't mean it's true. It used to be don't believe something until you see it with your own eyes. And nowadays it's only believe something if it's shown to you by somebody you truly trust. Or if you truly can investigate it. I'm squirreling. Squirrel. Yeah, I am. I'm kind of all over the place. Early morning walk before I even usually talk with y'all. This is earlier than usual, where I sit down here, have a coffee, and converse. And it's my weekend with Pasha. I know some of you are waiting for a strain review of Granddaddy Purple, or as I like to call it, Grandpapa Purple, and it is coming. It is coming, but I have to do it around my children. You wouldn't respect me if I didn't. I wouldn't be the hippie if I wasn't putting my children first. Always. Always. And I made a crappy supper last night. Pasha didn't like it. I'm kind of all over the place today. Today's a foggy day. It's the change of weather. I've kept quiet about it. Oh, that's kind of funny. I've kept quiet about it, my friends, but I have been nursing a migraine. The same migraine for easily 6 or 7 days now. I've lost track. When I lose track of the count, sometimes these things can go a couple of weeks. If you can't get ahead of your migraine, it gets ahead of you. And sometimes, excuse me. Sometimes you can make it dissipate. Sometimes you can put it to the back of your mind. I was trying to teach my son, because his knee's been hurting him lately, is you can put these pains to the back of your mind and forget about them for a while. Stay busy. Stay focused on other things. So that's what I finally did last night. Plus I medicated. So you know what? Today I'm going in there right now after little known facts, and I am going to medicate, and I'm going to see if I can make today a better day. For a couple of weeks I have been medicating every single morning and through the day, and I haven't felt high, I haven't felt wrong, I felt good. So I do think that it's the right thing to do. For some reason, yesterday I just didn't do it. I'm not sure why sometimes I choose not to do it in the morning. I think sometimes I'm just tired of medicating. I'd like to be free of pain and free of anxiety and free to be free from any kind of medication for days, if not weeks at a time. I've never had a day without in a very long time. And you know what time it is. Remember, we're doing history, and we were on the gladiators, and there was one more I needed to say. There were female gladiators. A female gladiator was called a gladiatrix, or gladiatrices, if it's plural. They were rarer than their male counterparts. Gladiatrices served the same purpose of executing criminals, fighting each other, and fighting animals in Rome's various different fighting pits. That's kind of interesting. I did not know that. And the Vikings were the first people to discover America. Half a millennia before Christopher Columbus discovered America, Viking chief Leif Erikson of Greenland landed on the island of Newfoundland in the year 1000 BC. Wow. I knew Leif was the first. I didn't know it was then. The Vikings under Leif Erikson settled Newfoundland, as well as discovering and settling Labrador further north into Canada. You also may like these history facts about the Vikings. Cool stuff, my friends, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Now, I better get in there, put this together so you can start watching, so you can thumbs up it and share it with your friends. Peace and cheers, friends. Love and harmony.